Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Major League Hustle, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a t-shirt. Alright, again, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just a heads up, this is my first YouTube video ever, so pardon me if it's a little rough. I promise as we go along here, these videos will get much better. So to give you an idea, today we're gonna tackle a t-shirt. I'm gonna show you guys how to make your first t-shirt step by step. Give you an idea of the equipment I use. I use a Silhouette Cameo 3. That's my vinyl cutter. That's where I cut out my designs and get it ready for a t-shirt. Heat press, I use the Craft Pro 15 by 15 with the slide out drawer. Those I'll have in the description below, so you can reference those. For those of you who have already gotten the ebook, you know I go through a long list of equipment, and you know you can find heat presses for whatever budget you're on out there. Same with cutters. So don't not have to necessarily get what I use, but I found it works best for me. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna load a design into the Silhouette Studio. That's the software for the Cameo 3. And then once we get it loaded in there, I'm going to show you how to prep it to get cut. Go through the settings with you, what you're going to need to adjust on there. And then I'm going to show you how to cut the vinyl, put it into the vinyl cutter, and then we'll send it on through. Get it cut. I'll show you how to peel out the vinyl, weed it out. And then once we have our design all finished up, we'll take it to the press, stamp it, and we'll have a finished product ready to go. It's actually a shirt that I gotta send out today, so knocking out two birds with one stone. So let's pull this up. So this is Silhouette Cameo Studio. This is where you're gonna do all of your cutting at. Excuse me, I'm just adjusting my mic. So this is where you're gonna do all of your cutting. So first what we gotta do is you gotta go down here, get your file, whatever file you're gonna be using, drag it, drop it into the pad here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this down to fit it into the Cameo, into the dimensions here. So I'm going to highlight it right here. You can see this red line that goes along the edge. That's your cutting line. So you don't want your design to get too close to that, or else it's possible it'll get cut off. And then you'll just waste vinyl. You don't want to do that. So now that you got your design in there, now this design you've already made. You've made it in Illustrator. This is a SVG file. Typically you want to stick with SVGs. That way, no matter how big you make it, it doesn't get pixelated. Also, it smooths out all the edges, especially on fonts, depending on where you get your font from. Alright, so first things first is I'm going to go ahead and flip it horizontally. So you're gonna flip it around that way. This is how I was taught. I mean, you can always do it when I'll show you later when we go to send. You can always mirror it there, but this mirrors it because this is how you want it to show up on the vinyl, because you're gonna flip it over and press it onto a shirt. Okay, so once you got it flipped there, you're gonna go here and trace it. So basically tracing it is going to get it ready, prepared to be cut. So the threshold, we're going to put this up to 46. Scale down here, we're going to put that to 4. That's just the settings that have worked best for me as far as the cut settings. And then you're going to go ahead and select it and then delete it. So then you'll see here what's left is what will be actually cut out. What I always like to do is check my lowest point here, see where I'm at as far as dimensions. So you can see here we're just under 8 inches. So that's what sheet of vinyl I'm going to cut. So I'm not going to go longer than 8 inches. You want to save as much vinyl as possible. Every inch counts. I typically get them in 30 feet rolls, 12 inches by 30 feet. So you know, if I save an inch off of every cut, you know, that's a whole nother shirt possibly, or more, depending on the design. So anyways, now that we got this set up, we're gonna prepare it to go to the Silhouette Cameo. And I use the Silhouette Cameo 3. Some of you got the 4. That's cool. I just used the 3. The 4 is pretty cool. It's Bluetooth. My brother just bought that. My brother actually just got into this too, so I'm just trying to show everybody the ropes, you know what I mean? So mine's pretty much already set up. It's on automatic. Let me plug in my Cameo. So now I got my Cameo plugged in. It wasn't plugged in. So basically, if you've never done this before, what you're going to do is you're going to hit this drop down right here, and you're going to select what it is that you're using. So if you're cutting paper, if you're cutting sticker paper, there's all kinds of stuff, felt, cardstock, if you're making your own business cards. Those of you that got my ebook, I talk about the care cards. I use cardstock for that to cut the care cards when I do the cut and print, or print and cut, excuse me. So those of you that got my ebook, you know about that, so that's pretty cool. So for this, we're going to hit Heat Transfer Smooth. I have it on Auto Blade, so I don't have to worry about this. This is already set up with the Auto Blade. So this is what I was talking about earlier. When you flip it, it's already mirrored. So when I go to hit Send here, it's going to pop up Send Mirrored or Send As Is. I'm going to hit Send As Is. We're going to get out of this for now because I'm not ready. I got to prep the vinyl. So let me get to that. Alright, so this is my station. This is where I cut my vinyl. That's my Silhouette Cameo 3 there. So basically I'm going to take this roll of vinyl, measure it out here, cut an 8-inch roll, and then put it in the cutter. And I'll show you that right now. Alright, so got the vinyl cut. It's on my cutting mat. We're going to put it in here. You got to make sure it's lined up. So you're going to line it up on the lines. Then you're going to hit load. Alright, so now that you got your vinyl loaded, it tells you it's ready here. You have your design. It's all mapped out how we're cutting it. You're going to hit send, and then you're going to hit send as is, because remember, it's already mirrored. So hit send as is. And you can see here now the vinyl cutter is going to do its thing. It's going to cut out your design. Alright, so now that you got your vinyl out, now you're ready to weed out your vinyl. So you're going to pull it all out. So just get your picker tool, find a spot, and then just start pulling vinyl. This is where knowing your design comes in handy, because then you can just pull it out according to your design. So got a lot of it off now. I'm just getting all the details, so you just kind of get in there with the picker tool and then just pick out what doesn't belong there. Sometimes it could be time consuming, but depending on your design and how many shirts you have to do, it could be time consuming. It's actually pretty cool though. Alright, so there is our finished design. And then when you lay it on your shirt, there it is. Just as pictured on the computer. And now we'll press it. Alright guys, so here's a look at my my Craft Pro 15x15 press. It's just heating up right now. So to give you a look here, you got your temperature settings up top here. It's warming up, and then this is your timer. I set mine at 60 because I could just count down, and sometimes I gotta press a little longer depending on my material. But that's pretty much it. Slide out drawer, that makes it easier. When your hands are in there, you're not getting burned by the platen. So we're gonna go ahead and load a t-shirt on here, line up with our design, and press this shirt. Alright guys, so we got our t-shirt on the tray here. Just cleaning off this vinyl. So basically you're just gonna take your vinyl, there's the one we weeded out, place it on the shirt. Now a good rule of thumb, take 4 fingers, measure from the bottom of the collar, and that's where the top of your design should be hidden. This one has words and a little bit, so I'm gonna move it up just a little bit. That way those words aren't hanging down there too low. Show you in the ebook to get you one of these T-bar. That way you can measure up everything. And basically we're gonna find the center of my design, which on this one is right here, right on the H. And measure it out, seam to the center. So we're at 200. Take the center here, 200. So that was luck. That never happens that much. I've just been doing this a while. And then just make sure, of course, that it's straight. You don't want a crooked design. So just hold it up. Be a little bit off. And this you just kind of give it the eyeball test. There's no real rule here that I know of. If you know of one, please post it in the comments. But I just kind of eyeball it. Hasn't failed me yet. I have messed up a few, but you know, you live and you learn. And now it's ready to press. Heat press is all warmed up, it's ready to go. We have our design laid, our t-shirt. We already did our pre-press. So basically before the design is finally laid down, slide the shirt in, press it down for about 5 seconds. That's just to get all the moisture out. Then you lay your design on. So we've done that. I've laid the design back on. Now we're ready to press. The reason you want to get all that moisture out is because if you don't, this vinyl won't adhere properly. So then you're gonna have problems with cracking, peeling. It just won't set right. So that's why we do that. All right, so we're all lined up. We're gonna go ahead and slide our tray in. Press down. This particular vinyl is set for 15 seconds at 310 degrees. That's just where I've done it. All vinyl is different. I go over this in the ebook, but I'll touch on it here. All vinyl and heat presses are different. So when you get yours, you're going to want to do like a trial run and test it out and see what settings work best for your heat press and particular vinyl. Every vinyl is different. They'll tell you on the package what temperature, how long to set it for, and then to peel it hot or cold. This one peels hot. So I peeled the plastic off, and as you can see, there's our shirt. It's all set up, it's ready to go. So that's a completed shirt right there. That one's ready to ship out. So like I said, just know the settings. Again, I touched on this on the book, but every heat press is different. When you get yours, you'll know. You'll learn yours. You'll want to do wash test to kind of figure out what the best settings are for your heat press. That way, after a wash, it doesn't look like shit. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So man, I really want to thank y'all. I know we're going to touch on a few things here going forward, but I just again want to thank everybody. I'm going to try to do these videos twice a week. It's kind of hard. I got an 8-month-old baby and he's kind of just all over the place, so recording and editing kind of takes a while. But hit up my Instagram, Major League Hustle. I have a lot of behind the scenes videos, stories, motivation stuff, and then just general updates on there. Twitter, Major League Hustle. And that's it. Any comments, suggestions, hey, anything, I'll take it. I could take the criticism. Again, I've been doing this for a while. YouTube, this is my first one, so be easy on me, all right? Again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. So there you have it. We made our first t-shirt today. I'm gonna package it up, ship it out. So now you've seen the process, and it's pretty much like that every time. I'll have further on videos on explaining on how to do different different design types. Again, this is my first video, so I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, and then subscribe, of course. That way we can keep this channel going, keep it active. I do have an ebook out. It's in the description, the link to the website where you can get the ebook. That ebook pretty much maps out everything you need to do to start up your business. And it's not just a t-shirt book. You can literally take that information and apply it to anything that you're doing online. I show you how to market on Instagram and Facebook. So a lot of cool things in there. Check it out. It's the links in the description. Again, follow me on Twitter, Major League Hustle, Instagram, Major League Hustle, and Facebook, of course, Major League Hustle. And I also got the Patreon links down below for anybody who wants to follow for VIP access and behind the scenes stuff, tips, tricks, things like that.